Good morning, students. Welcome back again. We were discussing chapter number 1, right? In the previous session, we were discussing chapter number 1. The name of the chapter is Heritage of India, right? So we have seen everything almost in this chapter, and we are moving towards the end of the chapter, right? So this is all the things that we have discussed in the previous sessions. That is cultural heritage of India. What is culture? Meaning of culture. Heritage is again divided into two things, that is natural and cultural heritage. Then we have moved towards the concept of cultural heritage of Gujarat. What are the cultural things which are there in Gujarat? The name of the temples, the name of the places, right? Everything we have seen related to Gujarat. Then we went towards the new topic, that is India, that is its lands and its people, right? That is again divided into many subparts, that is Negroids, Astroloids, Dravidians, other tribes, Aryans, and the last topic for the chapter is preservation and conservation of heritage, right? We have seen these two topics, that is Negroids and Astroloids, right? And the topics are very together. So we are moving towards the next topic, that is the Dravidians, right? I hope the previous session, whatever we have discussed, is clear. Moving towards the next concept, that is the Dravidians, right? So I advise all the students to keep your textbook with you. That is on page number 5. Page number 5. Point number 3, the Dravidians. The Dravidians were considered to be the creators of Sindhu Valley civilizations of Mohenjo-daro and the direct descendants of stone and culture. Underline that statements. હવે ઘણીવાર એવો ક્વેશ્ચન થાય કે એવો કોન્સેપ્ટ આવે કે દ્રવિડિયન્સ ક્યાંથી આવ્યા હતા, રાઈટ? દે વર ધ ફર્સ્ટ વન ઇન ઇન્ડિયા, રાઈટ? બીજી 6 ટ્રાઇબ્સ હતી, રાઈટ? એના પછીની જો આપણે હિસ્ટોરિકલ વાત કરીએ તો દ્રવિડિયન્સ એ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ ટાઈમમાં ઇન્ડિયામાં હતા, રાઈટ? સો નાઉ ઇટ ઇઝ બિલીવ્ડ બાય ધ હિસ્ટોરિયન્સ that the creator of Sindhu Valley civilization, that means they were the creator of Sindhu Valley civilizations, and even of the creators of Mohenjo-daro. They were the creators of Mohenjo-daro and they were the creators of Sindhu Valley civilizations. Who? The Dravidians, right? And the direct descendants of stone and culture. Stone and culture, direct descendants of stone and culture. That means they are the next generations of primitive man. They are the next generations of the primitive man. Stone and culture એટલે એવું કે જ્યારે લોકો પથ્થર મારીને શિકાર કરતા હતા, જ્યારે કોઈ ટેકનોલોજી કે કોઈ વેપન્સ નહોતા, એ સમયે જ્યારે માણસને સર્વાઈવ કરવાની વાત આવતી હતી, they used stones to kill the animals and then they used to kill it, they used to prepare the food and then they used to eat it, right? Primitive man નો આ કોન્સેપ્ટ હતો. હવે અહીંયા હિસ્ટોરિકલ્સ એવું માને છે they were the next generation of that primitive man. Who? The Dravidians, right? Who માનવામાં આવે છે by the historians, right? The tribes which came from north survived with their language and cultural features. Later on they were called Dravidians. The tribe which came from north, right? એ લોકો ક્યાંથી આવ્યા હતા? North of India માંથી, right? And they settled in India. Dravidians gave the concept of mother as a goddess and father as a god. So the thought of Parvati and Shiva as a mother and father developed. So the thought of Parvati and Shiva developed, right? The god Parvati and the lord, that is Shiv, આપણે એમ કહીએ, right? God and goddess. તો શિવ અને પાર્વતીનો કોન્સેપ્ટ ક્યાંથી આવ્યો હતો? Even from the times of Dravidians at that point of time in the historical age, right? So that is father as a god and mother as a goddess, right? So the thought of Parvati and Shiva, right, it was developed. Moreover, the tradition of worshipping nature is a gift of Dravidians. The tradition of worshipping with dhoop, right, that is incense stick, agarbatti kehvaય ગુજરાતીમાં, right? Deep, that is lamp, and arti are considered to be the gifts of Dravidians. Our concept haju पण ચાલે છે. This concept still exists today, right? All these things which are there, that is dhoop, deep, and arti, are considered to be the gifts of Dravidians. Who founded this concept? Right? આપણે આરતી કરીએ ભગવાનની સામે, right? આપણે અગરબત્તી કરીએ, right? આપણે lamp, દીવો જળાવીએ, right? આ બધો concept ક્યાંથી આવ્યો? Where did it came from? It came from the Dravidians. It came from the Dravidians, right? Besides, nature and animal worshipping, etc., are their great features. Original deities of Dravidians have been accepted by the Aryans and were re-established by them as a god of culture with the pace of time. Aryans concept, that is the next concept that we will discuss, that is in point number 5, right? So we have to just focus on the Dravidians, right? It is clearly mentioned, original deities of Dravidians have been accepted by the Aryans. એટલે Dravidians ના જે concepts હતા એ ઇન્ડિયામાં જ્યારે exist કરતા હતા, even they were believed by the Aryans. Who are Aryans? Aryans કોને કહેવાય technically? They are known as the Hindu. They are known as the Hindu. એટલે Dravidian culture જે છે, right, જે north of India માંથી ઇન્ડિયામાં enter થયા, they settled themselves in India, right, and their concept of Dhuk, Deep and Arti was even been accepted by the Aryans. Was even been accepted by the Aryans. Who are Aryans? Aryans are known as the Hindus, right? So આ બધો concept હિન્દુમાં પણ છે, that is Dhuk, Deep, Agarbatti, Arti, all these kind of things that still prevails today. So this is the proof or the particular ancient gift given by our forefathers to us, and that still exists today, right? Under the tremendous influence of North, Aryan culture was deeply internalized by the Dravidians. Under the tremendous influence of North, right, Aryan culture was deeply internalized by the Dravidians. Hence, intercaste marriages took place. હવે જુઓ, આર્યન્સ પણ એ સમયમાં ઇન્ડિયામાં હતા, right? હવે આર્યન્સ ક્યાંથી આવ્યા એમનો કોન્સેપ્ટ શું છે, that is in point number 5, right? But when we are talking about Dravidians, Aryans already existed in India, right? એટલે જ્યારે દ્રવિડિયન લોકો નોર્થ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયામાંથી એન્ટર થાય છે એ સમયમાં ઓલરેડી આર્યન્સ તો હતા જ. ક્યાં? નોર્થ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયામાં. That means both of this concept, that is the Dravidians and the Aryans, they both were there in India, in north of India, especially એનું majority population ક્યાં હતું? North of India ની અંદર. And what happened? Intercaste marriages took place, right? Dravidians e Aryans જોડે marriage કર્યા અને Aryans e Dravidians જોડે. So it was an intercaste marriage between them, right? Hence intercaste marriages took place. Dravidians had matrilineal system of the family. Dravidians progressed a lot in different crafts and arts like building of boat, raft, weaving, spinning, dyeing, etc. So આ બધા concepts પણ Dravidians ના હતા. These were the concepts which were prevailing even at that point of time. That is building of boat. That means they were making boats, raft, river rafting, right? Weaving, sewing, right? Spinning, right? કોઈ બી મશીનમાં કોઈ પ્રોડક્ટને સ્પિન કરીને એને પરફેક્ટ કરવી. Dyeing, copy, dye કરીને copy, right? Copying the same product which is being copied from the other substitute products, that is dyeing, etc. This concept prevailed at the time of the Dravidians, right? Due to the dominance of the Aryans, they shifted to the south of India and settled there. This line is very important, right? હવે Aryans કોણ છે એ શું છે, that we are going to discuss in point number 5. But at that point of time when Dravidian came to north of India, જ્યારે Dravidians ની એન્ટ્રી થઈ અને north of India માં એ લોકો સેટલ થયા, at that point of time Aryans already existed in India. So the population of Aryans was much more compared to the Dravidians. So it became very difficult to live in that one place, that is in north of India. So what happened was Dravidians transferred themselves from north of India to south of India. સાઉથનું જે કલ્ચર છે, કર્ણાટકા, તમિલનાડુ, કેરલા, રાઈટ, જે મંદિર બનાવેલા છે, the style of believing, right, all these things, those South Indians used to exist in north of India at one point of time in the historical period, right? But due to the dominance of Aryans, that means when it was about the dominance, that means કોનું population વધારે હતું, at that point of time the population of Aryans was much more higher. That means the number of Hindus were much more higher than the Dravidians. Dravidians પણ હિન્દુ હતા, પણ પોતાને હિન્દુ કેવડાવતા હતા, because their belief and their style of worshipping the god was different. Who was their god? Dravidians ના god કોણ હતા? Lord and Parvati and Shiva? No, their mother and their father. Their mother and their father. They used to consider their mother and their father as god, right? So it became very difficult for the Dravidians to live in north of India. That is why they transferred themselves from north to south of India. It is clearly written in this textbook, right? See, I am repeating that line again. Due to the dominance of Aryans, they shifted to South India and settled there. They shifted to South India and settled there, right? As a result, today we can see the people speaking Dravidian family languages like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam, right? આ જે લોકો આપણે સાઉથમાં જોઈએ છે, રાઈટ, તમિલનાડુ, કર્ણાટકા, કેરલા, all these things, those people used to exist. That means their forefathers actually belong to north of India, right? હું તમને ઘણી વાર કહું છું, and when we look at the history, it is a very complicated case to find who our forefathers were. આપણા forefathers કોણ હતા એ હિસ્ટ્રીમાં આપણે જો સર્ચ કરવા જઈએ, when we look very deep into the history, it becomes very difficult to find who we actually are, because the concept was so much there that the people throughout the world came into India, they transferred themselves, they developed their business over here, right, and they settled in India, and inter-caste marriages took place. I'm again saying that Dravidians did not believe as per the Aryans. Dravidians no concept Aryans જેવો નહોતો, right? એમના માટે God કોણ હતું? Their mother and their father. That was God for them, right, at that point of time. And it was very difficult for them to live in north of India because of the dominance of Aryans, so they transferred themselves from north to south. So which are the particular languages or particular Dravidian family that are technically included? That is Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam as per the historical data, right? So this is all about Dravidians. Moving ahead, other tribes, Hapsi people, Nishad people, Dravidians. Now even there were other tribes also. બીજી બધી પણ tribes ઇન્ડિયામાં હતી. Now which are the other tribes here? Apart from above, Mongoloid, Alpine, Dinaric and Armenoid tribe were also there in India, right? એ સમયની a tribe, a caste, right? આપણે કેમ હિન્દુ, મુસ્લિમ, જૈન, શીખ, ક્રિશ્ચિયન્સ, all this. હવે આ ટ્રાઇબના જે નામ છે that are quite weird, but at that point of time it might have that influence, so that is why the name was technically like this. Now we cannot ask the question in the history why this type of name, right? આપણે આ નામ નથી પૂછી શકતા. હિન્દુ તો આપણે ક્વેશ્ચન નથી કરી શકતા કે હિન્દુ નામ જ શું કામ, ક્રિશ્ચિયન તો આપણે ક્રિશ્ચિયન નામ જ શું કામ, મુસ્લિમ તો મુસ્લિમ નામ જ શું કામ. It might have some influence in the historical data. એ સમયમાં કંઈક ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ હશે એટલે આ નામ આપવામાં આવ્યું હશે, right? Nishad people, Hapsi people, Dravidians, એવી જ રીતે બીજી બધી tribes હતી. So which were the other tribes? Mongoloid, Alpine, Dinaric, Armenoid tribes were also there in India. They were also there in India. That means they were prevailing in India at that point of time, right? Mongoloid, let's look. Mongoloid, they came to India from North China. They came to India. Mongoloid people came to India from north of China. ચાઇનાનું જે નોર્થ પાર્ટ છે ત્યાંથી એ લોકો એન્ટર થયા, right? They entered from north of China and settled down in North Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan and West Bengal, etc. मैं તમને previous session ની અંદર જ કીધું હતું, Assami people, right? Bhutan people, Sikkim people, you look at their face, you look at their standard of living, you look at their physical structure, right? થોડું જે છે ને એ ચાઇનીઝને મળતું આવશે. આસામી લોકોના જે ચહેરા છે, રાઈટ, ભૂટાન લોકોના જે forefathers તમે જુઓ, their standard of living, their face, their structure, right, that would be little bit similar to the Chinese people, right? આસામી લોકો સ્પેશિયલી વધારે એવા લાગે. શું કામ? Because their forefathers came from north of China and settled in India, in the states, right? That is north of Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan and West Bengal, etc. They gradually Indianized themselves. That means at one point of time they lived in India and they settled their whole life in India, and that is why they were known as the Indians, right? પહેલાના જમાનામાં મેં તમને જે પહેલાના સેશનમાં કીધું એમ, right, ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર કોઈ પણ ફોરેનરને વેલકમ કરવામાં આવતું હતું to expand the business. So even the north of Chinese people, they came to India and settled down. So history na apne pramane jo historical data na pramane, so every people majority came from north of India and settled in India. તમે મેપમાં પણ જોશો તો નોર્થ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા જે છે, કાશ્મીરનો પાર્ટ જે છે, વેસ્ટ બેંગાલનો પાર્ટ જે છે, આસામનો જે પાર્ટ છે, નોર્થ ઈસ્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા, રાઈટ, ઉપરનો જે કોન્સેપ્ટ જે છે, રાઈટ, એ ઘણી બધી બાઉન્ડરીઝને ટચ કરે છે, રાઈટ. ઘણા બધા પર્ટિક્યુલર એશિયન કોન્ટિનેન્ટ્સ એ લાઇનને, એ બાઉન્ડરીઝને ટચ કરે છે. સો ઇટ વોઝ વેરી ઇઝી ફોર ધેમ ટુ એન્ટર ઇન્ટુ ઇન્ડિયા, because તમે વેસ્ટ અને સાઉથની સાઈડ જોશો, so it is a ocean, इट इज ए ओशियन वेस्ट बाजू શું છે ખાલી એક પાકિસ્તાન છે પછી તો જેવું પાકિસ્તાન ઉતરે નીચેથી દરિયો ચાલુ થઈ જાય right so it is very difficult to enter through west or even through south so majority as per the map of India they entered from north of India and settled themselves over here in India especially in which states that is north of Assam Sikkim Bhutan and West Bengal etc they gradually Indianized themselves Mongoloid people possess the physical characteristics like yellow complexion flat face chubby cheeks almond shaped eyes etc Mongoloids were of yellow complexions and they were known as Kirat right because of this kind of physical structure they were known as Kirat underline that sentence Mongoloids were of yellow complexion and they were known as Kirat right so these were the other tribes now moving towards the next other tribes that is Alpine Dinari and Armenoid these are the other tribes which were there in India these people migrated from Central Asia એક continent છે right બહુ મોટો continent છે હવે સેન્ટ્રલ એશિયાનો જે પાર્ટ છે ત્યાંથી એ લોકો ઇન્ડિયામાં સેટલ થયા right all these tribes have similarities the origin એટલે એમના forefathers right that is gems of their tribes are found large number in Gujarat Saurashtra Maharashtra Bengal and Odisha right સેન્ટ્રલ એશિયામાંથી જે લોકો આવેલા છે ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર ક્યાં સેટલ થયેલા છે ગુજરાત સૌરાષ્ટ્ર મહારાષ્ટ્ર બેંગાલ એન્ડ ઓડિશા formerly known as Odisha right so these are the other tribes that is Alpine Dinari and Armenoid right Central Asia right so India is a particular country where it is a mixed economy people throughout the world came to India for business and trade activities they lived in India and settled in India whether they are Dravidians whether they are Negroids whether they are Astroloids or whether they are other tribes right they all came to India and settled in different states right moving ahead fifth that is the Aryans अर्धो concept clear है Aryans were living in north of India right then the Dravidian came to north of India then there was a chaos between Aryans and Dravidians because of the influence of the Aryans Dravidians settled themselves in south of India now who were the Aryans or Aryans कौन था let's look into the textbook the Nordic Aryans were the creators of Aryan civilization in India Hindus were called Aryans इस समय में Aryans they were called as Hindus right Aryans in the ancient times and the area where they were densely populated were called Aryavarta right જ્યાં એમનું majority population હતું the name of that particular place was called as Aryavarta right as 7 rivers were flowing over there that region was named as Sapta Sindhu right Sindhu Nadi je at that point of time there were 7 rivers which were flowing over there so the name was Sapta Sindhu right and એ લોકો river banks ઉપર રહેતા right in the previous years when there was no technology there was no facility people used to live near the corner of the rivers because they think that wherever there is water there is life right એટલે એ સમયની અંદર Aryans ક્યાં રહેતા હતા they were living near the 7 rivers that is called as Sapta Sindhu in ancient time the first Aryan population was concentrated in northwest the area of Aryavarta was extended up to Bihar in the east in south it was spread up to Vindhyachal during the post Vedic period ધીમે ધીમે એ લોકોનું પણ population વધતું ગયું and then you know the area of India જે ઇન્ડિયાનો જે પર્ટિક્યુલર મેપ છે એમાં એમનું સાઇઝ અથવા એમનું જે કલ્ચર that is the Aryans હિન્દુનું જે કલ્ચર છે એ ધીમે ધીમે ડેવલપ થતું ગયું right that is northwest west એટલે ગુજરાત એટલે north થી ધીમે ધીમે population વધતું ગયું and they traveled to the west right that is the Gujarat and next is the area of Aryavarta that means where the Aryans were maximum right were extended up to Bihar એ લોકો બિહાર સુધી પણ પહોંચી ગયા in the east and in south up to Vindhyachal they were even in the south, right, in the post-Vedic period. they were more advanced people than any contemporary tribes. They were very advanced. Hindus were very advanced at that point of time in ancient India, right? The vast land was recognized with various names as Bharatbhumi, Bharatkhand and Bharatvarsha, etc. after the name of the king Arya Bharat or Bharatbhul tribe. India, Bharat. શું કામ આપણે ભારત કહીએ છીએ? At that point of time there was a king. એક રાજા હતો એ સમયમાં અને the name of the king, that is Arya Bharat. Arya એટલે Aryans and the name was Bharat or Bharat, right? એ સમયની અંદર. That is why it is Bharat. That is why it is Bharat or Bharatbhul tribe. और ભારત એટલે રાજાની જે પર્ટિક્યુલર જે એની સેના છે તો જ્યાં એના લોકો રહે છે, that is known as Bharatbhul tribe, right? Aryans were nature lovers. They loved and worshipped the trees, the rivers, the mountain, the sun, the wind and the rain. Hindu હજી પણ આ ટ્રેડિશનને ફોલો કરે છે, right? Mountains, rivers, trees, right? પેલા belief હોય બરાબર, ઝાડની આજુબાજુ દોરા બાંધે, that is a belief. એ ક્યાંથી આવી? How did it develop? It developed from the Aryans. It developed from the Aryans. They were nature lovers. Sun, right? Surya puja, they પાણી ચડાવે ને, that kind of thing, right? Even that concept has been still there, હજુ પણ છે, right? So કેટલાક concepts એવા છે જે આપણા forefathers આપણા માટે મૂકતા ગયા છે. આને ટેકનિકલી શું કહેવાય? હેરિટેજ કહેવાય. This is known as the real heritage. This is known as the real heritage, right? જે હજુ પણ survive કરે છે even after many years, right? Mountains, the sun, the wind and the rain, right? They had composed hymns for praying various to the natural elements. ગીત બનાવવા એ સમયમાં લોકો ગીત બનાવતા હતા, right, for the natural elements, that is the wind and the sun and the rain, right? એવા એ સમયમાં એવા hymns અથવા એવા rhymes બનાવેલા હતા by that people so that the nature would get worship, so that the nature would get worship, and that was developed by the Aryans, right? In due course of time, some religious ceremonies like recitation of Vedas, performing yagna and other activities became prevalent in India. ધીમે ધીમે યજ્ઞ આવતા ગયા, વેદાસ આવતા ગયા, પોસ્ટ વેદિક પીરિયડ આવતો ગયો, રાઈટ? એટલે જેમ જેમ માણસ આગળ વધતું ગયું, પોપ્યુલેશન વધતું ગયું, લોકોમાં ટેકનોલોજી અને કોન્સેપ્ચ્યુઅલ જે થિંકિંગ વે છે એ ડેવલપ થતો ગયો. સો મેની ન્યૂ થિંગ્સ સ્ટાર્ટેડ ટુ ડેવલપ ઇવન એટ that point of time. That is ceremonies like recitation of Vedas, performance of yagnas and other activities became prevailing in India, right? There was a fine amalgamation એટલે combination, right? There was a fine amalgamation of those tribes with their specific style of living and harmonious culture that was formed, which gave India a glorious and prosperous heritage. These foreigners and the Indian tribes amalgamated in such a way over a long point of time, that is a long period of time, that they lost their individual identity. મેં તમને પહેલા જ કીધું, હિસ્ટ્રીમાં તમે જોવા જશો, રાઈટ? સો ઇટ ઇઝ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ ટુ ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ હુ અવર ફોરફાધર્સ વેર. એવો સમય આવી ગયો હતો ઇન્ડિયાની અંદર કે હરેક સ્ટેટની અંદર હરેક પર્ટિક્યુલર પ્લેસમાં અલગ અલગ કાસ્ટ અને અલગ અલગ લોકો રહેવા માંડ્યા. Because there were Portuguese, there were Britishers, there were Dutch, there were Persian people, there were Mughal era, right? Muslim લોકો એટલા હતા, Aryans એટલા હતા, Dravidians એટલા હતા, right? Other tribes એટલી બધી હતી. બધાનું પોપ્યુલેશન ધીમે 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 કરતા વધતું ગયું. It started to increase very fast. And intercaste marriages was allowed at that point of time. રાઈટ? અંદરો અંદર જે અત્યારે કેવું એકદમ આમ રિચ્યુઅલ્સ એકદમ સ્ટ્રિક્ટ થઈ ગયા છે ને કે ભાઈ આપણી કાસ્ટનું હોય તો જ મેરેજ થાય, ઓલ ધીસ કાઇન્ડ ઓફ થિંગ્સ ધેટ વર નોટ પ્રિવેલિંગ ઇન ધી એશિયન ઇન્ડિયા. એશિયન ઇન્ડિયામાં એવું નહોતું, રાઈટ? તો એટલું બધું મિક્સઅપ થઈ ગયું that they lost their individual identity, who actually they are. This મારા પોતાના વર્ડ્સ નથી, it is clearly written in the textbook, right? So when we look into the history, it becomes very difficult to find કે આપણા forefathers actually છે કોણ, કઈ કાસ્ટ અને કઈ કલ્ચરના છે. કારણ કે એમણે બી ઇન્ટરકાસ્ટ મેરેજીસ જો કર્યા હશે, so that might prevail again to the new caste. So it is a very complicated process, right? અને જેમ જેમ પોપ્યુલેશન વધતું ગયું એમ જે ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલ્સ છે પોતાની આઈડેન્ટિટી ગુમાવતા ગયા, right? Because of the number of particular people and the number of different other tribes begin to increase, right? that they lost their individual identity through intercaste marriages. Outsiders and local people were greatly influenced by the languages, script, names and religious beliefs, etc. Played a vital role in Indianizing these foreigners. Since ancient time, a composite culture has been created in India. They all became Indians. They all became Indians. છેલ્લે શું થયું? They were considered as Indians, right? In short, in the ancient India, the amalgamation of various cultures enriched Indian culture by making it variegated and prosperous. And they feel proud at that point of time that whoever we are, even though we have lost our identity, who actually we belong, who our forefathers were, we are proud to say that we are called Indians. We are called Indians, right? So this is all about the Aryans. This is all about the Aryans, right? Moving ahead to the last concept, that is preservation and conservation of heritage. આખો concept જોઈ ગયા, આખો chapter જોઈ ગયા. Now it is our moral responsibility to preserve all these things. આ બધી વસ્તુને સાચવવાની. આ જે belief છે, rivers, nature lovers, mountains, worshipping of sun, worshipping of God, right? Different kind of groups, agarbattis, artis, all these things. How did it came? It came from the Aryans and the Dravidians and even from the other tribes, right? Now when we know all these things, we have to preserve all these things. આ બધી વસ્તુને સાચવીને રાખવાની, right? Because it was a belief by our forefathers in the ancient India, right? Now what it is? Each aspect of Indian heritage made Indian eye-catching. Picturesque, that means the picture was very beautiful as it was and mixed economy and attractive. Heritage brought glory to the nation. India attained a leading position in the world by keeping its rich and heritage protected and preserved. Thus, it is primary and pious duty, that is obvious duty, right, of every citizen of India to see that nobody harms the ancient memorials and also preserve the places having historical importance and its values. In our constitution, the fundamental duties of Indian citizens are mentioned in Article 51A. In that, 6, 7 and 9 describes the following duties for preservation of our cultural heritage. They are given below. So these are some points that becomes our responsibility and rights to preserve all these things. Point number 1.